Hello you guys, welcome back to another vlog. I know that you're probably shaking right now, but it's literally because I am obviously in my bed still. You're sitting on my lap desk right now because last night I started my period and this morning it kind of hit me like a truck. So I have my heating pad down here, some raspberry tea. I haven't really gotten out of my pajamas. It's just gonna be kind of a chill morning, I think, until this starts to feel a little bit better. I was planning on making this a really productive morning, doing some cleaning, going out, doing some errands, but that's just not happening right now. So we're going to wait until all of this sort of calms down, and then we're going to go and do those things. If you're new, first of all, hello and welcome. My name is Emily, and I'm a senior at Clemson University, and this I think is my 6th monthly reset vlog that I've done, and I've really enjoyed them. I think they help a lot. So we're going to do sort of the mental things before we do any of the physical things this time. I usually do it in the opposite order. I do the physical stuff and then the mental stuff, but we're going to do things flip-flopped this time because obviously I do not have the energy to be up and walking around right now. So in an effort to try to make myself feel a little bit better and a little bit more put together, we put on these little fall pumpkin eye patches. They actually work really well at depuffing. I can definitely tell that they're tingling now. I've had them on for a little bit. I really like these so far. I only have one set left, so I'm really hoping that they come back to Marshalls so that I can get another pack because these are actually really nice. I think the first thing that we're going to do once these are sort of done setting in, we're going to go into Notion and do some monthly reflections because it is technically already October. Today's October 1st. I don't think I said that yet. So we are late to the game. So I ended up moving you guys around a little bit so that I could open my laptop because you were sitting on top of it closed before. So now I actually have a little bit of a janky setup going on, but it's because I don't have a laptop desk tripod right now. I have to work on getting that because this is starting to get a little bit annoying. But anyways, I just opened my laptop to go into Notion. That's what I use for all of my digital planning and things. So I'm going to go through my monthly reflection template that I have shown you guys before, but I will link it back in the description once again for you guys because it's really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. The first section of this monthly reflection is one word to describe this month. It was really hard to think of a one word for this month for some reason, but I think the one word for this month is going to just be busy. It was just a lot going on, and I know that this next month, October, is going to be also very, very busy, but this month was just a lot all at once. So that's sort of what my one word would be. This next section is called memorable moments. So I like to sort of split this up in between highs and lows of the month. So for highs, I have two of them that have really stood out to me this month. And the first one is that I hit 500 subscribers a couple weeks ago, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for that. I was not expecting to be able to hit that, so thank you guys so much. This has been a passion project, but you guys have really made it worthwhile. I almost quit a couple times, but I'm so glad that I didn't, so I really appreciate you guys. And let me know in the comments what kinds of videos you want to see from me in the future so that maybe we can grow a little bit more this year. The next thing on this highs list is that I was able to go to my first football game as a generic student. So if you're new, I was in Tiger Band for my first 2 years of college, which is the Clemson marching band. So that was really fun, but it was a lot of work. So I ended up quitting it my junior year, and honestly, I think that was probably the best decision that I've ever made. But because of that, last year I never went to a football game because I was kind of burnt out on the whole football scene. But because I'm a senior, I decided to just go to one with my family for Parents Weekend, and it was so fun, and we ended up winning the game by a landslide. So that was obviously the icing on the cake. But going to a football game without having to worry about the performance or having to worry about paying attention to the people around me and things like that, it was just really nice and fun. And I was able to leave halfway through the game, which if you're a Tiger Band, you don't get to do that. I didn't have to worry about the whole uniform situation, and it was just really nice to just be able to enjoy the day instead of being stressed all the time. So as for lows, I ended up actually having a couple more lows than highs, but also one of them is sort of a low, but also sort of something that I had to do in order for me to stay sane type of situation. So it wasn't entirely low, but I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it because it's kind of hard to describe without actually telling you what it is. So the first one on this lows list is the fact that I got COVID during the first week of school. So the first week of school was the end of August to the beginning of September, and I ended up getting COVID, which was terrible. It was my first time having COVID, and I also ended up getting my boyfriend sick too with COVID because he visited me in the middle of my quarantine window, which we knew would have probably gotten him sick anyway, but we're in a long distance relationship and you have to visit when you have to visit, and that was one of those days. So he just kind of accepted the consequences and visited anyway, and it was really nice, but I really felt bad for getting him sick. So that was one thing that happened in September that I did not enjoy at all. Another low that happens throughout basically the entire month, up until like maybe last week, is that I just have had very low motivation, and I've been easily overwhelmed with all of the assignments that I've had to do. School has definitely ramped up a lot, and because I'm a senior, I have a lot more responsibilities and a lot more things to worry about than I have in the past. So that's sort of been getting to me just a little bit, and because of that, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my last low on this list, which is that I've had to cut back on YouTube posting to focus on my schoolwork, because obviously I am a student first. So the fact that I'm so inspired to make so many videos for you guys and they're not going to be able to come out in like a timely manner just makes me so sad. Like, this is the third video that I filmed, and you've not even seen the last two that I filmed yet. So I love being able to film for you guys, but being able to edit them and post them takes a lot of work and a lot of time, and I just don't have that, which makes me so sad, because I want to be able to put these videos out for you guys. It's given me so much motivation to like work on my YouTube channel, but because this is a hobby and not my job, I don't really have the merit to be able to do that and not school, because obviously I want to be able to graduate. So school has definitely been my big focus, but I hope to, once I sort of figure out a groove for this semester, go back to twice a week posting, but right now I'm just posting on Sundays. So make sure you have my post notifications on, because there's a big possibility that there might end up being some sort of like bonus video here and there. So stay tuned. This next section on this monthly reflection template is something that I have learned this month, and the one thing that I have put on this list is to this sounds very ironic considering the last thing that I said, but it's how to prioritize where I put my productivity. So I'm very productive when it comes to things that I enjoy. So things like YouTube and stuff. I've been on my YouTube grind lately, but I've not been on my school grind as much. So I'm not quite as motivated to do my school stuff, and instead I just want to put all of my time and energy into YouTube, which is great for you guys, but not so great for like my sanity, because it means that I'm not doing my schoolwork, which means that I'm procrastinating, and that just becomes a whole thing. So I'm trying to learn a little bit better on where I put my productivity. So if I'm feeling in a productive mood, to run with it, chase the dopamine hit, and try and do a little bit of schoolwork on top of the filming and editing and things. So I'm trying to do a little bit of both every day, and that's been helping a lot. So that's something that I have been learning throughout the month. I haven't exactly learned how to do it perfectly, but I've definitely gotten a little bit more of a system down. This last section in this monthly reflection template is things that I want to improve on in the next month. So the first thing that I want to improve on is my time management. I've talked about how I've sort of learned where to put my productivity, but it's the fact that I like chase the dopamine so hard that I get burnt out really easy that I want to work on. So we're going to try and do that a little bit better. The next one on here is to lower my scrolling time a little bit. I've been using the screen time feature on my phone and like utilizing the timer on some apps. So specifically Instagram is where a lot of my screen time comes from, and part of that is just because I'm trying to find different things to maybe use for inspiration for my own Instagram channel for like my public profile, but I also am scrolling on my personal profile that I keep private. So I want to be able to utilize screen time in a little bit of a better way so that I am still lowering my scrolling time, but also being able to do things that are productive for like my YouTube and public branding. So maybe we'll up my screen time to, instead of being an hour, being 2 hours, so that I have a little bit more leeway to work with. The last thing on this little section is the fact that I want to get on my Instagram grind again with this account. If you don't follow me, please do. In the description are my social media links. You totally should follow me. I'm trying to get a little bit better at posting on Instagram. YouTube has been my pride and joy lately, so I've been having a lot of inspiration for that, but short form content is just not something that I have gotten into the habit of making yet. So I want to be able to maybe post like weekly reels and things to maybe help with that. And also I post a lot more of my daily life on my stories, so if you're into that at all, definitely follow me in the description. I have a bunch of links for that. So overall, I think it's been a pretty good month. So this has been my September Notion dashboard for the last month, and I have absolutely loved it. I will put up in the cards and the description my last reset video for you guys. guys because I made this little page in there and it is so pretty, so fun to look at every day. But I do think it's time for a refresh, so we're going to do that in just a second. But I did also want to talk about something that I have lowered down on this template, and that is my September intention. So my September intention was balance. So the whole idea of not overworking yourself just because you feel productive, I think I've done overly okay. Like, I don't think I've absolutely nailed it, but I also think that I have done a pretty good job of not burning myself out too bad. So there's that for the month. But I do have an idea for something that I can do in October that's going to help with this same sort of idea. So now that we have gone through all of my September things, it is time to go through Pinterest and find some new pictures for October, which is super exciting. So we're going to go through that, make some more little headers, and find some pictures to put on here to make it a little bit more October-y, if you will. We're not going to do any spooky season things because that's not quite my vibe, but I do have a vibe in mind for October, and I think you guys are going to really love it. So let's jump into Pinterest. This is my new October spread for Notion, and I am absolutely obsessed. I love the whole bright orange theme. I'm not a spooky season girly. I'm just not. I love all of the harvest fall vibes, so that's what we went for this, and I think it turned out so cute and pretty. So I found all of these pictures on Pinterest, by the way. I have them all linked in a board in the description that I can link for you guys because I am absolutely obsessed. I have a lot of coffee motifs in here and just overall cozy vibes. So you can see I have a couple coffee cups in here. I have a really cute little lake picture. I have another little cozy vibes picture here. Crunchy leaves over here. It's just a whole vibe. And then down here I changed some of the colors. So instead of it being green, it is now orange and brown, which is fun. I have more leaves here, another little quote, a picture that maybe we could recreate, but that's kind of hard because I live in Clemson, South Carolina. So we don't really get this type of fall foliage here anymore, which is sad. But I also have another little coffee cup down here. So that's sort of an overview of what my Notion page looks like, and then I updated my October intention down here. So I like to do intentions every month instead of just doing a goals list, because then it feels more like a chore and a to-do list than an actual thing that I'm trying to actively work towards, if that makes sense. I'm not just trying to check off a box. This is going to be a disciplinary month. I want to make it very much a month where I know what I need to do for the day. I know what I want to happen, so we need to make it happen. And we can't just scroll on our phones because we're bored, because we have better things to do. I'm hoping that doesn't get to my head too much, and I'm hoping that I can actually keep that in mind throughout the month, but knowing that it's on my homepage down here is going to, I think, be very helpful. So that's what my October Notion looks like, which is exciting. So I'm actually going to change out of my pajamas now that I'm actually feeling a little bit better. And then I just got a notification saying that I have a package that has arrived that I want to show you guys because it does pertain to all of the fall vibes. So I'm gonna get changed and I'll see you in just a second. Alright, that is way better. We're wearing this little Disney tank top that I've actually not worn not being at Disney, so that's kind of funny. But the package that just got in the mail, I'm actually very excited about. If you know the look of this box, I did in fact make a purchase at Bath & Body Works. I am actually out of all of my fall car fragrances, and they were having a buy 3 for $10 deal. So because of rewards, I was able to get something free, which is great. So I have 4 things in here, and I cannot believe that honestly they gave me a box this big for car fragrances that are this big. But I'm gonna show you what I got, give you guys a little bit of a haul, and then we're gonna pick one to put in my car because I am out of the one that's down there currently. All right, so I ended up getting 2 fall fragrances and 1 Christmas because the other fall fragrances are just not my type of thing. In the fall, I don't really lean towards super like sticky, sweet scents. Sometimes I do for the bath, but when I'm like in the car wanting to like go somewhere and not just like drenching myself in all of these fragrances, I like things that are very fresh and clean and probably a little bit more fruity. So for my car, I think I'm gonna pick between these 2. I have Leaves, which I don't know the notes of, but it's a very like light woodsy scent. I really liked this when I smelled it in stores, so I got one of these. And then I also got Sweater Weather, which is an all-time favorite. I've had this for a couple times now, and this is definitely more of like a cashmere type of light and airy scent. So I think we're gonna lean towards Leaves for right now, and then use Sweater Weather when it comes time for like almost Christmas, like November time. So we're gonna go put this in my car. But I also got my all-time favorite Winter Candy Apple to stock up on so that I don't have to get it after Christmas, because at that point it's like, what's the point? So I got this to put in my car in December. And then for my free item, I got a Sunrise Woods hand cream. This brings me back to my like roots of my channel, because I used to do Bath & Body Works content full time. I sort of pushed myself into a little bit of a corner, so now I love doing all of my vlogs and things, but I love a little Bath & Body Works haul every once in a while. So I'm gonna put this next to my bed, because right now I have Rose, which is like not entirely fall at all. It's so good. It's also in my wallflower right now, so I love this one so much, and I got it in a hand cream to match my room. So let's go down to the car, because I want to put one of those color fragrances in my car, but I also have a whole bunch of things to take down to the recycling center. We have an on-campus recycling sort of place. I was staying on campus for 2 years, like living there, and because of that I know where all of the recycling is, and my complex that I'm at now does not have recycling. So I like to take my recycling that's like big cardboard boxes and things, and also glass, to the recycling center on campus, that they are out of my room, because I have a stack of boxes over here in the corner that have literally been here for like 3 weeks. So we need to take those back to campus. So let's take a road trip. Also, I'm gonna go to the grocery store while I'm out, because I, you know, adulting things. So recycling is done. Now we have to go to the grocery store, but first we are going to replace this guy. I don't know what was in here earlier, but whatever it was, it has lost its scent and is completely solid now. So it is time for it to go into the trash, and instead we're going to put Leaves in here. So I'm going to just break this open and throw it in. I'm excited to smell what this smells like in a car fragrance and not just in body care or candle form. So let's see what this smells like. Oh, that's actually really good. It's a little bit spicy, but it's really not that bad. It smells just like fall, so we're going to throw that up there. So now we're gonna go to the grocery store and possibly the gas station on the way home. I don't need gas, but I need to throw away the trash that's in my trash bag in here, because it is kind of overflowing. So we're going to head to the grocery store first, and then the gas station real fast, and we'll head home from there. Now that we're home, we're going to do something that a lot of you have been wanting me to do lately, and that is to do a huge deep clean of my entire space. So we're going to be focusing on my bedroom and my bathroom today. Last time I did a deep clean like this was when I was getting over COVID. I'll have that video up in the cards in the description. We are going to just be focusing up here today, because my roommates and I really like to rotate who does downstairs, and it's not quite my time to do that yet. So we are going to just work in my bedroom. I have my vacuum ready to go. We're gonna do some deep cleaning. It's gonna be a fun time. So cue the cleaning montage. I got no complaints, nothing doesn't feel right. Every time you call me, I don't wanna keep you waiting. Why don't you hold me? 'Cause this is what you got me saying. This is what you got me saying. This is what you got me saying. Cause this is what you got me saying.
This is what you got me saying. Call me. This is what you got me saying. Lately I don't mind staying up till midnight. I got no complaints, nothing doesn't feel right. Every time you call me, I don't wanna keep you waiting. Why don't you hold me? Cause this is what you got me saying. What you got me
If you can hear the fan in the background, I sincerely apologize, but I am quite literally sweating because I did a really good deep clean, especially the bathroom. The bathroom really needed it. My bedroom just needed a good like vacuum. It doesn't really need anything like wiping down or anything. I might run a duster over it a little bit later, but to be completely honest, I'm kind of tired. So we're going to spend the next little while working in my bullet journal. I just started using this for my semester planner last month and it has worked wonders. It's been amazing. So I have, again, my September reset where I went through and made all of these pages, but I'm just going to show you a little overview of what has been filled out and things. So this was the cover page that I drew myself. I am a huge Disney nerd, if you didn't know that. Obviously, I'm wearing like a Minnie Mouse shirt, but I'm a huge Disney nerd. I've wanted to work with the company for a long time, so I grew up basically drawing the characters. So this was a fun little project that I did. And then this is what one of my trackers looks like all filled out. So this was my daily highlight where I basically talked about gratitude for the day. I just like wrote a line that said the thing that I'm most grateful for, the thing that I enjoyed the most. And then over here is also my phone tracker where I tracked the amount of screen time that I had. So you can see where I was sick. It was like all the way over here in the 9-hour realm, but it's consistently been like less than 6 hours. Honestly, the last 2 weeks, other than this day, have been less than 4 hours, which is kind of cool. So that's sort of what a tracker looks like filled out. The other trackers that I had were my skincare tracker and my sleep tracker. So the sleep tracker one looks kind of cool. I absolutely need at least 8 hours of sleep a night, so this looks kind of huge, but this is what a sleep tracker looks like all filled out. And then over here is my nighttime skincare tracker so that I can track what products maybe break me out. I decided to maybe do something a little along the lines of a skincare tracker for both night and daytime because I do use different products, so I didn't really think that part through very well, so this time I'm going to do like a 2-page spread of all of that. So we're going to spend the next little while creating my October spreads because today is October, so I kind of need it like right now. So we're going to go through and make all of these spreads, and I am excited to get a little bit creative with this one.
This is what you got me saying. Lately I don't mind staying up till midnight. I got no complaints, nothing doesn't feel right. Every time you call me, I don't wanna keep you waiting. Why don't you hold me? Cause this is what you got me saying. What you got me saying. This is what you got me saying. This is what you got me saying. This is what you got me saying.
Alright, you guys, it has been like an hour and a half since I started drawing my bullet journal, and it's absolutely adorable so far. Let me show you what I've gotten. Alright, so this is the cover page for October. If you're new, I love to draw little Disney characters in front of every page. So this is the third one that I've done, and it's just little Tigger. It's so cute. I had Winnie the Pooh for August, and I thought I would carry on the tradition here. So we have Tigger here that's just sketched right now. He's gonna be like my nighttime drawing project. projects that I'm not scrolling on my phone quite as much. I think that's going to be fun. So I'm going to color him in throughout the month so that hopefully by the end of the month he's all colored in and cute and things. So this is the front. I just put a little like calendar here. I feel like there should be more on this page, but I don't really know quite yet. So I'm going to leave this page blank for me to like doodle in if I'm bored. And then this is a tracker page. So I sort of rearranged my trackers based on last month because I found them a little bit annoying. So these are two trackers that I'm going to be using. My phone tracker to track my hours that I'm on my phone, my screen time, and then as well as my sleep tracker to track the hours that I'm asleep. So pretty straightforward. It's very blank as you can see, but the end of today, both of these will probably be filled out. Well, this one will be filled out tomorrow morning. This one will be filled out probably tonight. So we are all fresh and ready for these two trackers. And this is one that is brand new. I went ahead and put my skincare that I used this morning here. Also, you'll probably notice throughout that I was a little bit too impatient to wait for my pencil drawing part to dry before I like started to erase the pencils. So it's kind of smudgy throughout, but it is what it is. But this is my skincare tracker that I'm basically making it a 2-page tracker. So this is going to be the morning side and the nighttime side. Hopefully this will help me sort of keep track of what I'm using when so that I don't use something too much or too little. And then over here is my regular daily highlight. I put a little bit of like a little maple leaf looking thing over here. It doesn't really look like a maple leaf to me, but it's just a cute little fall leaf. So every day I'm going to put just a little gratitude line here like I did last month. And then over here is something new that I want to try and implement. This is a content tracker. I spelled that wrong, so I kind of had to insert a T where I could, but this was the video that went up today. You should go watch it if you haven't already. But I'm going to track the days that I post things. So I have YouTube long form and short form, so long videos and shorts. I also have Instagram and Pinterest. I want to start posting a little bit more on Pinterest. Like if I'm just being creative and want to post something, like my wallpapers for my desktop are all on my Pinterest page. So that's all in the description as well. But this is sort of like a brainstorm section for me to put video ideas and things if I'm on the go and don't have access to my Notion or anything, because sometimes that happens. So this is sort of an idea of what I want to maybe film for the month and things like that. So those are the trackers that I have for this month. And then this is the first page of the full week of October. So I'll start filling this stuff in probably tonight, but this is just the first week all filled out and everything ready to go. I have one thing over here that I want to remind myself that I literally remembered as I was making this, so I went ahead and put it in here, but everything else will probably be filled out throughout the day today. So this is what 1 week will look like, and then I still have to like draw out in pen the rest of them, but they're still all like penciled out and everything. So that is what the bullet journal is looking like. This is what a fully filled out page is. This is today. So this is kind of crazy compared to these like very plain pages right now, but it'll turn into that probably. So that's just a little bullet journal update, and I'm so excited to start filling this out again. It's bright. I was gonna end this vlog out by doing my nails over, but we have had a casualty. These two fingernails both broke as I was putting my laundry away in my drawers. You probably saw me do like this in the frame, and that's because I broke two nails. So we are not going to be doing my nails today, and instead we're going to be trimming them and letting them grow as fast as possible because I do have to do them again in like 2 weeks for a wedding. So here's hoping that they grow in time for that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little October reset. I feel so much more refreshed and ready to take on the rest of the month. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please like it. I would really appreciate it, and subscribe for more videos from me. I have a whole bunch of college content coming your way very soon, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.